I was watching I was watching something online, and I saw this guy who said his house is estimated to be like 75 million naira, and he was standing there and he was being demolished. I saw one man who said in the Woroshoki houses that he will be 70 in March, that is 69 now.
Let me give you.
He was pointing to his house, demolished. The man was crying.
Let me quickly come in. When my father I won't buy him first land for Ejigbo. Story where he tell us, we say, he said supposed to don't get house for Lagos where because now papa they work. And money did that time. No be now where papa. That time, he said when he come they check the place where they carry and go. You know, so when you want buy land, you go they inspect. As in they point here, where the money they show them for Ejigbo that time. Power line. On that power line. Yeah. So say one man can't dey for him flat. He dey look my.
They watch them.
He dey watch my papa like this. He can't look him. Say that young man. We just want begin life in the wrong place. Come meet my papa. Tell my papa, have you paid? Papa say he don't pay.
Say he don't pay.
Papa say he don't pay. Hey, say now location they can't do. Say okay. If my papa finish with your money, make it see him. Okay. So because the man too was being careful. Yeah. As the money let's go, my papa goes, she they don't sell the place for another person. The man say no. Excuse me. Say why
do you want this place?
My papa say I like him with nearness to Kinika. He can't ask my papa, this thing where they up, where they do I be you know the year say the year. Say they say nothing, say nah normal they say she be other houses there. Can't tell my papa say you are still young. Forget the money where you don't pay. Because if you pay the money, you build the house, the calamity you no go be as when you don't old. Yeah. Where your knee, this knee, you don't weak. You know if they can run here again, they can't demolish the house before you. Which one you prefer? Now where you never begin to buy block. Plus when
maybe you just cut your loss and
move on. And my papa say try to collect his money back. Money no give am. That's so he just leave that one. But to the glory of God now, where he did now, at least
get peace of mind.
Peace of mind. Although what I did now for a series, what I did, but we thank
for
God.
Lagos, where water no dey. When person don't build that with mind, he go still survive. So guys, it's really very important. So, I want to talk today about how do you avoid this kind of calamity. You know what looks like. It's something to avoid, sincerely. And I can tell you that we may want to blame government, that why are they demolishing, blah, blah, blah.
The gods are not to blame.
Or what were they looking at when the people were building?
The gods are not to blame.
Those things. You see, I usually tell people, in real estate, the first and foremost rule is buyers beware.
Caveat
emptor.
Ben.
Caveat emptor is buyers beware. That is the first and foremost rule. Now the person where they put money down, now he make a reason first. You are the one to reason and decide, find out, investigate, verify whether you want to put this money down here or not. Now you first.
One man dey for our area. Now all these bench agents, you know all those agents where they don't talk bench. Say now they know the whole landlord and the history of the house.
They get Google map of that area, but
you know the day the landlord and the landlady, you know we inherit house. So that Egbon, you can't tell me say who can you do me? I say which money enter? I say Sarah money. I say what be the Sarah money? Say one man. See how what if they talk compliment? They say one big man, he won't buy house for that place. Say he don't do he don't meet everybody, the children of the everything don't said. He say, but the man say he go give him 100,000 naira. If he can't tell him one reason why for making no buy that house, make a child go find one reason make it for no buy that house. You can see how desperate some, but I won't call it.
No, that's a tactic to actually dig out facts. I'm sure the man, being a wise man, you say he's a wealthy man, he must have gotten his wealth and built his wisdom. Yes. He wanted to be sure. Maybe he had sensed some things. He wanted to be sure that he's not going to lose.
And the man when he give job, now look for what to do.
What I say?
I don't want to say that. That's maybe say the whole community. You know, if he see you for some place, begin to cry. Because the whole community go here. He say èmi tí mo gbọ́ 100,000 mo pé ṣùpọ̀ lamẹ́ríkà mo ní ṣùpọ̀ ṣé ìyá ìgangan ló bí ẹ má parọ́ fún mi.
Can you imagine?
At the end of the day, we later, although everything are legitimate, but that there's something like maybe they don't adopt that child since 2 years. Maybe say everybody come to say na them born am, and na that boy be the Anthony.
Okay,
so, but no be the people gangan born am. This my brother, I find the story o. Ṣé mọ̀ pé àwọn kan ni wọ́n bí kíní kan? Mi ò mọ̀ bọ́dọ̀. Àwọn kan ni wọ́n bí láti 2 years old náà ti adopt ẹ̀. Mo gbowó. See how crazy people could go in digging out fast.
No, you have to. Because once that man parts with that money, it don't become a problem. To get the money back, he go dey run skater, you know, if he no get the money complete, if he no get am at all again, you know, if he take years before he can recoup. So that is it. You have to. Very important.
Okay, yes, so before we go into wetin dey cause house demolitions and how can people be careful so that this kind of thing no go shele to them, we go on this shaking a break. Most definitely when we come back, Engineer Debo plus myself go dey do justice to the matter. Go nowhere, we'll be right back.
Hey, subscribe! Subscribe! I mean, that you've watched up to this point means that you've been enjoying this episode. Encourage us to continue to put out valuable content like this by pressing the subscribe button. Just subscribe. It is absolutely free. A lot of people tell me, your channel is loaded, valuable content there and all of that. Encourage us by subscribing. It will help us do more. Subscribe right away.
So, sir, let's start with house demolition. Wetin dey cause? What are the causes? Wetin fit make government talk say this house
wan demolish am? Okay.
Wetin
fit make government talk say they wan demolish house? Be like majorly two things. If person no get proper approval for, or let's say three things. If person no get proper approval for the thing wey dem build, is most likely sooner or later government may say they want to demolish. May say, okay? Because wetin make you no get proper approval fit be so many reasons. Fit be say you yourself, you no even go where they do approval. Or you go there, they tell you say they no fit approve for you for this kind of thing wey you wan do for the place, but you go ahead to do the thing. You no can't go follow approval again. Or they approve something else for you, now something else you do. You know, those things they there. Or if it be say you kuku get approval, okay, and you build your house, but whether the construction process now in the house can't get K-leg, they no construct and where we be say if they leave the house to stand, it go fall one day, key people. So that one too, because them if they go give you notice, say make you demolish her yourself. If you know demolish her yourself, if you demolish them for you. Do you understand?
If government demolishes such a building, can it lead to confiscation?
I think with Lagos State, I stand to be corrected. I think with Lagos State, if they have to demolish your house, mark it for demolition because of improper development or something, I think there is some risk to it. But I stand to be corrected, like I said. So that is it. The other one is the house don't hold. Because houses too get
expiring.
They hold. Don't hold, don't be say, don't be obsolete. They fit serve you notice, say make you demolish them. And if you know demolish them, they will come demolish them themselves. So these are some of the things that causes demolition.
When we dey grow up, the only one wey we dey hear that time for Oyo, they go say Titi Jelie. Titi Jelie. Titi Jelie. The only thing wey dey rain that time be that. But now let us take a look at the one wey dey happen for the island.
No, sorry. Before we go to, let's talk about the Titi Jelie. So it's the one that it's the one that I said that you could have approval, everything is okay, you built it and all. But unfortunately, government has other plans and they wanted to do something around that area that would impact on your structure. They will have to demolish it. But for that one, if you have all your papers and everything, you will be compensated. Okay. You'll be compensated. But they would have to demolish it. Like all these expansion of roads and all of that, when government has to do all of those things, sometimes, exceeds the buffer zone that they've left. Places, the side of the road that they've left for future expansion may not be enough. So they will stretch it into some existing structures. It's rare though, because what usually happens in our environment is that maybe because we just think say our government they na human being they be too, we don't take am a bit too far. We go see place where government live like this as buffer zone. People go they build there. They go tabernacle.
Is there a difference between buffer zone? Is there a difference between buffer zone and setback?
Setback. So you see, setback, buffer zone, you could say they be similar, but this is the difference. When you say setback, it's just the normal, for building, for example, your setback is the normal spaces you should leave, okay, in a house that would allow for very good circulation. Functionality and all. People will be able to move around. This house will not be disturbing the other house, and all of those things to avoid pollution and all of those things. So to enhance functionality, and proper living, structured environment, that is setback. But buffer zone is usually like, spaces we leave just in case. We may need it or may not need it in future.
Now that one some people can't take build shop.
Especially for major roads and all of those, they usually will leave those places. So you see a road. See, for example, which road will I give as an example? Most roads, most major roads, check them, you will see that the places that property development construction should start is usually farther away from the road. The essence of it, exactly, the essence of it is that buffer. Look at Lagos-Ibadan Express. You see that where structures are supposed to start, they far from the essence of it is tomorrow. Lagos-Ibadan Express can be expanded to 8-lane, 20 lane road or something. They have provided that to be able to accommodate such future expansion.
But now there, some of our people
look at this road, Badagry Express Road.
Yes.
When we're doing this rail something, you see that some houses were taken away. Those houses were standing and sitting on buffer zones. The place has been provided for future expansion before, but people don't come build there.
Had the owners gone to do the necessary things, would they have known?
Of course, it will be clear. Now, when you want to buy a house, we don't talk. Now, two things you get to check. Two things. First, in fact, it has advanced so much now that most states, like a Lagos State, FCT, Ogun State, a number of states have come up with what they call master plan for a number of areas. Where we say they don't plan, I'm saying now like this place go be. Now this zone, now this is the zoning for this place. This is this place, this is this place. They don't plan everything. You wey wan buy land or wey wan buy house, what you suppose do is suppose go find out from the appropriate government ministry. Say wetin be this one. So two things. Number one, you find out the status of the land you are buying, whether it's free, whether na acquisition, whether na is they ratifiable, whether you understand what I'm saying. So, or whether it don't dey excise, you find out. If it's free or it dey ratifiable or it don't dey excise, say okay, I can deal with this one. Do you understand? Then you now go, that is status. You now go, okay, this land free or it dey excised or it dey ratifiable, fine. Okay, wetin I fit do there. Wetin they say I fit do there. That one na that land use.
No be say make you go build factory where houses suppose
where residents suppose dey. So that one na land use we dey call that one. You go find out for physical planning most of the time. Town planning, you call them town planning, physical planning. Those are you understand? They are in charge of that. Go find us. Okay, this land where I won't buy. Wetin I suppose fit use them for.
And I no go lie for you, Engineer Debo. Do you know that it is highly cheap, or let me say very cheap, way cheaper to do these things
Compare it to getting your 75 million naira property.
75 million. So I employ the service of a survey guy. So help me just check that coordinates.
Pick coordinates and
chart. But yeah, ni mo na to take me not 10,000.
Yes, now. I mean, once it's not a formal thing you want, you will just pick your coordinates.
Just go there, you carry one machine, go.
Yes, GPS.
GPS. Oh, just beginning.
Even your phone. Your phone get time. Your smartphone.
Bayo ti gba mi.
But you don't know how to use it.
Bayo ti gba mi. As you carry the thing, go like this. Oh, knowledge is power. Now so they tell me, say make I come out there, the thing they see me. Anything bother you. Now so I go for him back. Now so the thing they one mama. Nin carry along Ebo. Now so he say go carry that thing. Go office
of general.
I can't say so late to be and he say no, say everything we done. He say make I no breathe at a point. Ki man me more. My breathing if you enter the thing, money Ebo mo lágbára o. I don't know. Maybe no something then they use for most people.
Jazz.
Abi akpala, abi R&B.
Which one be akpala or R&B?
If you know be jazz, make it be R&B.
Okay.
Because why I talk so be say, you get us, then they always sweet talk people. And that one I want make you dwell on before we go. Where they go fin lock and ballet. Say wole now. And the one where they even do me, they call the ọdún mélòó lẹ ti wà bí help me ẹ má bò mí o you go come back ẹ má bò mí o ọdún mélòó lẹ ti wà bí that one say ó ti pé 20 years o ṣé wọ́n wá bá yín rí wọ́n wá bá mi rí you go call another neighbor. Once they do those things, most of us are always feeling relaxed. What do you have to say to our people?
Yorubas get one adage, Chief, if I can get it, I'm sure you will correct me. Maybe à ń bọ̀ kíní kan pé ìyálógún ọdún.
Mo ń bọ̀ Olúwa ìyálógún ọdún.
Mo ń bọ̀ Olúwa ìyálógún ọdún. Àbí mo ń bọ̀ ìjọba ìyálógún ọdún. That's what people do not realize. Look at the man that is 69 and will be 70 in March. Do you want to know since when he's been living in Oworonshoki? Do you understand? He might have been living there in the last 40 years
of his life.
Do you get? So, look, what will give you peace of mind? Do you know that some people do it until they go to their grave in their ripe old age? Nothing happened. Maybe it's their children now that are with the house now that the government is demolishing. But they've known since they bought it maybe years ago that this place is not really, or maybe they didn't find out, so they were ignorant of it. You know, so what I'm saying is, what will give you peace of mind is that you do your search. Engage surveyor. It won't cost you more than some token amount. You had the testimony of
10,000 lèmi fún Báyọ̀. Tó tún mú kíní wá gan, ó tún kó níṣẹ́ wá.
It may not be 10,000 these days. Transport money alone. Transport money alone, you know. But then that is it. Do that status. Do the use. Do you understand? Then go tell you, because a land feel free. They feel say na buffer zone.
Okay, a lot is still there on this topic. Most definitely, we'll go open phone line next week also. Now go chook mouth, come talk on our experience. My name is Chief Olododo, and with
Debo Adejano.
Till we come your way
next week. Bye.